George hit me up and said, "Hey, you got to talk about Texas bringing out the Lambos for the new recruits. That is Lamborghinis to the unwashed out there. If you're driving your Toyota Camry, God bless you. You're probably not going to find yourself in a Lamborghini anytime soon. But if you're a 17-year-old and you're taking an official visit to Texas, there's no shortage. I have visited every inch of Texas's football facilities and stadium. I did not see this when I was there, though. We were looking at video from this past weekend. They had a fairly big official visit weekend, although they have some bigger ones coming up. And I shudder to think of what the display will look like. Lamborghinis, as far as the eye can see. Like what cicadas were to Nashville over the past month and a half, Lamborghinis were to Austin, Texas for official visitors in town this past weekend. Well, everyone wanted to know, what do you think about that? Saw our old friend Shannon Terry say, this needs to be taken out of college football recruiting. Hey, I got personal thoughts on this. My personal feeling is I hate it. My personal feeling is I wish nobody cared about it. I wish it wasn't attractive because it has nothing to do with your football career. So I wish it was almost a thing that players looked at and said, what are y'all doing that for? Dude, show me how you're going to use me. Like, show me how you're going to develop me. I wish that was the recruiting process. It's not. Okay, these are my personal wishes. I would love to see the focus placed elsewhere. I'm attracted to the kind of player that's turned off by that. That's my personal feel. Now, here's a follow-up to that. It doesn't matter how I feel, and I readily acknowledge that. I've had many different things on this show that I don't like, and then I've had to admit, but it doesn't matter that I don't like it. I'm not 17. I'm not being recruited by Texas, and if that appeals, if that works for them, I'd do it if I were them, if I knew it would work. Now, I know good and well there are folks on that staff that are doing it and beating their chest about it because they're Texas, who, if they worked at Middle Tennessee State, would be speaking out loudly against it. So let's all be real about what's happening here. You can flex that way because you're Texas, and there's nothing illegal about it. So flex away. I spoke personally and said I hate it, but I'm also speaking on the other side of the fence, and the side that understands it doesn't really matter how I feel about it. If it works, it works. Here is what I feel in a broader sense. I feel like I like to let the market of ideas and results just play itself out. So right now, Texas is selling this kind of in an over-the-top manner because a lot of this is new. The ability to operate and act like this is kind of new. So Texas knows they're Texas. And so Texas knows we got deeper pockets than all of you. Why don't we emphasize that on a kid's recruiting visit? Cool. Let it play out. Let it play out. If Texas brings kids in who are attracted to that, and then they end up winning titles with them, Texas is the genius in the room. Having said that, if Texas brings them in and they underachieve with it, then all of a sudden it won't take you hating on them. Texas internally will look around and say, how about we get down to the meat and potatoes of football and stop using this foolishness to attract kids? Maybe we're using the wrong bait to attract the wrong kind of recruit. It's happened before. It's happened before. Let the results speak, because they will at the end of the day. Yet another thing, though, that we'll probably laugh at in 10 years. This whole era, this whole 5 to 6 to 7 year period, when it's revisited a decade down the road, is going to have so many pages in these chapters that make you laugh, you will not even believe it. This will be one of them. Someone will dust this off a decade down the road when everything's mainstreamed and everything is about revenue sharing, and it's almost an afterthought, kind of trying to pitch the idea of money in the recruiting process because it's already understood. Hey, I'm going to Texas as a left tackle, as a freshman. I already know what I'm going to make because of the revenue share cut. And if I can get a little NIL above and beyond that, that's wonderful, but it'll almost be an afterthought, and everything will be streamlined to the point where you'll look back and you'll say, do you remember how wild it was less than a decade ago? Look at this video from Austin. Look at what Florida did. Texas is not alone in this. They may be the ones trotting out burnt orange Lamborghinis. They're not the only ones who have done this sort of stuff. If it appeals to you, it appeals to you. I don't think it appealed to me as a recruit. It doesn't appeal to all recruits. It does appeal to some. Some of them go there specifically for the photo op and they won't land at Texas. There are some kids who will play at Texas who couldn't care less about that. It's a buffet. You got to be able to serve everyone. In recruiting, you got to be able to serve everyone. You're not recruiting a monolith of players. They're not all cut from the exact same cloth. But you do, I don't know how I want to state this. Steve Sarkisian's job, the folks at Texas's jobs collectively are to win at Texas. That's their job. Okay, their job at the end of the day is not to be looking out for the greater good of the sport. Having said that, I wish all major programs would anyway. So you got a chance over the next decade to make the recruiting process smarter than it's ever been. Kids are about to make more money than they've ever made before playing this game. That's a guarantee. Not because you're paying them, but because inclusion in the conference you play in guarantees them a cut of the revenue. And you've got a chance to make way more players semi-generational wealth, and at the very least help their families a significant way that you used to probably not be able to. And you got a chance to be smart about it. Like, you got a chance to contribute to making the language much more educated than it used to be, making the literacy of the process a lot more elevated than it used to be. That doesn't do it, is the only thing I'm saying. So if someone at Texas listens to me say that and they say, doesn't matter, that's not our job. Our job's to get kids that we're going to go win with. I grant you that. Not even speaking ill of you. I grant you that. I'm just telling you how I personally, in a perfect utopian world, think college football should operate. That's all. So yeah, I watched the video and I smiled when I saw it. It's not like I was angry. It's not like I threw my computer through the wall. But yeah, if you ask me yes or no, does this appeal to me? No, it doesn't appeal to me. Part B, yes or no? Josh, should Texas care? Probably not. Probably not.